Raise that. Folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Move 15. Yeah, right there, 54 Mike. 3 buzz, 3 buzz, 3 buzz. Still got 4 down, 4 down.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. Now they'll run it with Scarborough. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
On 1st down, Wilson. And Dixon over the middle. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. They'll need the 39 here for a 1st. This is 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
56, 1 left. Check 56. I don't think you got it, son.
4th down. Here's Wilson. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
They run. This is Scarborough. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 49ers' 38-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
54. Squeeze, double. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Gun. 54. I'm coming. Right there. 54. 54 Mike.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. Now, keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go. Come on, D.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
At the Niners' 26.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And he's going to take this down to about the 17.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
What? 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down.
25. Still got 4 down. 54. Mike, 53.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Completes it to Dixon. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Here I come again. Listen. Out.
Now Scarborough, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Bo Scarborough, his first touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Check hot route. Hot, any weapon. SOS.
On second down, it's Coleman, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Let's get it. under 10. 10. Lucky.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. This is Scarborough. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1. At the 27.
Bang out. Let's go double count right here. Double count. Hey, alert 3.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up.
Good job right there. I got it. 36. Hey, 0. Front left.
From the 27, Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, first down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Man, I got you.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal. They'll run for it with Bo Scarborough. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Bo Scarborough with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First and 10. At their own 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A big play there for the Niners. 44 yards on the ground. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10. On first down, here's Breida. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. Throw right side taken in by Pettis. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Dante Pettis with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win, and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game.
Tyler Lockett. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This will be taken. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
And to give this time to the tailback. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Bo Scarborough on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. The extra point now coming from Myers. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off near the 44.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Here we go. Hey, hey. Alert. Rock 57. Hey, 0.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And Pete Carroll looks like he likes his chances with the offense on the field. They're going for it on fourth. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on fourth down. It's Jason Myers. And this one a 41-yard attempt. And Myers able to knock it through. And that will extend the lead out to 24. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto...
And he loses the football a second time. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line. And that one is his second fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time?
So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Matt Breida out of Georgia Southern now in his 3rd year in a 49er uniform. He was tough to keep off the field last year. Very good yards per carry. 5.3 on 153 attempts. Good for over 800 yards rushing. A very solid gain of 27. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And down inside the 15 he goes. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
Down, San Francisco.
Here we go. Exit data. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Boom. Come on, get that.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Whip. Watch the whip. Check. Motion out of the backfield. Motion out of the backfield. No. Tight dog. You go tight. Anyway, you got tight right there.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. On 4th down, Kyle Shanahan will send out the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
They've gone to the second quarter now in Denver. It's the Raiders with the early lead over the Broncos. Isaiah Crowell moving ever so close to a 100-yard game. He is at 97 right now. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that line. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cassius Marsh, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Open man, right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. 27 yards there, a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Garoppolo looks to throw. On the screen, this is Coleman. Room to run past midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. 16 yards, a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Hey, let's get there. Check 3. That's it. Mike spot 4.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? That would give to the big fullback Juszczyk. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers get a score closer. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Hey, 0-0-0.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Completes it to Dixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. It's Scarborough again, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Zebra. Check 26. Hey, switch gears.
And now a carry here for their fullback. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
At the 46-yard line.
Green 80. Go 14. You remember me? Let's go, baby. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Look left. 57 to Mike.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Steps away to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Get that quarterback, D-Ron. Good job right there. Get that quarterback. Gun. 14.
Now Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th.
57's the Mike. 57's the Mike. Trump. Block me. You can't block me. 57. Mike, 57. Hey. 36 power. Look, guys, 4 down. Watch the screen.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And this is caught. He hits more. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Cut. 280. Mike 57. Watch it. Alert.
And to give this time to the tailback. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Let's go, baby. First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Garoppolo now, first down throw. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
First down, San Francisco.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. There's Garoppolo to throw. And incomplete. Almost intercepted. The D lineman almost had it. Couldn't hang on.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
He don't want it. 54 is mine. Check, watch 54, watch 54.
Here we go on fourth down with Garoppolo. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
Blue 15. Right there, 54 Mike. Here we go. Kill. 19. Check. Run left. Mike's 5-4. Go. On deck.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. The 20. Caught right side, Jerron Brown. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And he just tied the NFL record on that 5th rushing touchdown. He's the 6th man ever to do that in a single game.
And, partner, did you just say that he tied an NFL record there?
Yes, sir.
I mean, we're talking 5 touchdowns on the ground against an NFL-caliber defense.
Is that good?
I'd say that's fantastic. What a game for him.
It really is something. We are watching quite the effort.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. Hey, 0, 0, 0.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this 3rd quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
380. 57. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
56 the mic. 56 is the mic.
Now Wilson on 1st down. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Tyler Lockett with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will extend this big lead. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Breida, he'll try the right side. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. On 2nd and 15 now. Garoppolo. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he? And
what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Returnable for Lockett. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
42-yard line.
Drop deep, drop deep. Hey, alert. Get one. 14, find it. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. Here we go.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Left side complete to Lockett. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
27-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Touch 50. 57. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike. Look left. Focus, defense, focus.
From the shotgun, Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
57's the mic. Watch 57. And here we go. Watch the pass. Gun. Smart that. Mike's 57. 57's mic. Hey, let's get in them holes. 57's the mic. 12. 57's the mic. So we got man. Watch the edge. Still got 4 down.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Myers' kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Garoppolo. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at about the 31.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's What's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Go.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On the return is Pettis. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
I got you, boy.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Quick edge. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo. And this is going to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Too little, cut. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. 6 man. Check curls. Right there.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Brad McDougal. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them. And
as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Seahawks, the win means they'll finish in double digits at 10-6. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better-than-average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, despite the loss here, was a splendid regular season as they'll finish at 12-4. And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week in the wild card round. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
It took me so long getting back to my right mind.